All right, we're back live. Computer died on us, but we're back. Welcome to another Raw Real Review with Chef Simba J. Garfield and Miss M. How you doing, Miss M?
So good after that episode. Oh my god.
Yes, we are a day late, but we celebrated the great, wonderful holiday 420 yesterday. So, as usual, we're a day late to have fun with the holiday. Great holiday. But man, we back, man. Moon Knight episode 4. And wow, it's kind of crazy. We're kind of at this point where we got 2 episodes of the show left. And I'm gonna say this right now, like, we're like, I don't know if it's show fatigue or just because I know we got a lot of stuff like just coming down the pipeline. Like, this is great. I feel like this should have came out last year, like when, you know, the show, like, no disrespect to Hawkeye, but this should have came out in the Hawkeye spot.
Instead?
This should have came out in the Hawkeye spot. This should have came out in a time where there wasn't anything really crazy going on. But like, I'm watching this and I love it for what it is. But I think I'm too excited for Doctor Strange and Thor, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm too,
see
like,
what you're saying.
Like, this is cool and all. This is great. And it's like super fresh and I love it. But I'm really excited for, like, you know, just everything that's coming down the pipeline, you know? Because if this was like a DC project, like just straight up, I'd be like, man, DC, okay, y'all got some shit. Y'all doing some things. But unfortunately, like, I love the show. This is nothing like disrespecting the show. But I'm just so stoked and excited and like ready to like have my socks blown off by these movies coming out. Like, it's kind of hard for anything in the show to like really just, you know, knock my socks off, I think, at this point.
Really?
Yeah. Like, we seen some crazy stuff in the show so far. We have, like, but
true.
Nothing to the extent that's like really just, you know?
True.
And so it's like, I'm loving the show so far. What are your quick like thoughts just about the whole series in general? Like, how you feeling about it?
Favorite Marvel show so far.
Really?
Easily.
Wow.
You know, I
What
love
makes you say that?
ancient Egyptian stuff, just the writing, the acting, just all of the location shooting. It was just, I love this show. It was a great show so far.
Yeah.
I'd be really disappointed if they don't like close it out the way it deserves. That would be very disappointing, but
yeah.
So far I just love this show.
Like, I think the timing was great too, because I think the last week of the show is when Doctor Strange comes out. And like, I feel like that's a curse with this show as well too, because that week I'm not gonna be thinking about nothing but Doctor Strange.
Really?
Like, yeah, I'm excited for this Moon Knight episode 6, but I'm already looking forward to that Thursday or Friday whenever we're seeing it. Like, I'm just I don't know, I've been waiting on this movie for a while. I've been talking about this movie probably in all the reactions, and it's almost here. And we got the Thor trailer that came out last week too, so we could probably talk about that a little bit after our Moon Knight reaction. But as far as this episode, man, whew, shout out to Emergency Awesome, man. Hold on. Shout out to Emergency Awesome, the real MVP, because I know the millions of viewers and watchers at home were hella confused after watching this episode. You didn't know what the hell was going on. You was lost by the end. Like, just when you think this show is like going in one direction, it just like does like a backflip and just puts you on your like your hiney, and you're just like, you don't know what the hell is going on. You know, so that's how I'm feeling about this show. Like, it's definitely got some Indiana Jones vibes going for it, and like I said, it's just the most. It's random, but it's not random because it's all set in like Egypt. So for me, it's refreshing to, cause like I was a big fan of The Mummy. I don't know if you've seen the movie The Mummy. Like when I was growing up, you know, back in the 80s, The Mummy was a classic. You know what I'm saying? I love Brendan Fraser. I love I forgot the co-star, but I just love that whole series because I've been always like interested in like Greek mythology and not Greek mythology. That's sick. Sorry.
No, that's me. Ancient Egyptian.
Yeah, ancient Egyptian mythology, just mummies and all that stuff, and like, it's just so refreshing just to see a take on it in the MCU. So I gotta say bravo to the MCU for just continuing to just, you know, expanding on just different like not just genres, but just like different like ancestries and just like different. It's just like they got different cultures. They got a lot of stuff going for the MCU. Like I'm loving the variety that we're seeing so far.
I just love that they're so true to the, like, I know they're not filming in Egypt and it's like Budapest or something, but I mean they try to stay as true as they can to the Egyptian culture and the people and the way they make it look like Egypt. It's amazing. All of the tomb scenes for me are just amazing.
Yeah. But so what do you think about the intro scene? For me, the intro scene when I forgot the name of the avatar. He was
it's either Horus or I think it's Osiris actually.
Yeah, and we seen like the wall where I guess just all the trap gods are
trap gods.
The trap gods. Yeah, the trap gods. The trap gods are in the they're stuck in the trap prison or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie, like I'm making like a bold prediction. I'm gonna pause this right here. I'm making a bold prediction that I feel like we watched Emergency Awesome's breakdown, right? So we found out that like obviously, and we're looking at Khonshu too, like not all gods are good and not all gods are bad. There's a mix between both. Do you think like this dude has something out for Khonshu and like wants to see him bound and like do you think Ethan Hawke's character, they're working together to try to get Khonshu out the mix to like bring Amit back?
I mean, Amit was banished, so I don't think they'd want that. I do think they have a bias, a negativity bias against Khonshu because in the past he's probably like the god who cried wolf, and you know what I mean. He's probably done some things in the past that make them question whether or not he's being honest when he says Arthur Harrow is actually trying. And then you have to understand, Arthur Harrow comes in and has a convincing, calm. Why would I want to do that? I'm just here visiting Egypt. Yeah. And you know, Mark's obviously struggling with his personality disorder and having Khonshu control him. So I think the gods are biased towards feeling like Khonshu is up to his old ways, whereas Khonshu is really just genuinely trying to probably protect the MCU and the world. So I would hope that there's no negative, like no malice behind the gods and trying to pair up with Arthur Harrow, Ethan Hawke, but we could see that. That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Because like with this room here, pause it right there. In this room, like I'm trying to count how many statues is here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So right here we got 10.
Those are 10
gods that
have been banished.
Not
including Amit.
Yeah, not including Amit. So I'm wondering, like, is this the only wall? Like, do you think this is the only wall of banished gods, or do you think there's like a lot of them out there?
Do you think we're just only seeing a section of the wall?
I definitely think we're just seeing a section.
I don't know how many Egyptian gods there are. Yeah. I'd have to do my research, but I mean, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, so we like that was interesting for me to see like at the first intro. I was loving that, digging it. I'm like, oh, and I just feel like honestly, I'm really hoping like each episode it's kind of getting more creepy and creepier, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
So I'm really hoping that we see like a real just God reveal, like just something just battle of the gods or something. Like the human avatars and stuff like that is cool, but I'm really hoping we see some more just cool epic shit, because like even that I don't even know, I'm jumping ahead, but the thing that was tearing open the guard, that wasn't,
spoiler alert, Alexander the Great's guards. You talking about them? Yeah,
that was some like creepy like shit. Like that was, I was like,
I jumped.
I was like, oh my god, what the hell? Like, you know, so I'm trying to figure out, like, that's not a god, right? That's just you know, like what the hell was that? You know?
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna explain it, but that's pretty cool. I mean, according to Egyptian history, they're supposed to be brought back anytime, like looters or whatever. They're there to protect his tomb in any way. And so once the guards like stirred up and they realized that the guards were there, he started picking them off one by one. Yeah, it's crazy that they were like mummifying them. You know, and it was gruesome a little bit in some of the scenes.
It was pretty gruesome, very gruesome, very.
And John agreed with you. He said, I love how calm Arthur is through everything he's doing. Ain't that crazy?
I love this evil motherfucker, man. This man is just evil as hell. And he's just playing his character so good. Like, you love to hate him. You love it.
Great villain.
He's just so slow and calm and just...
It seems like that. Nothing can upset that man.
I swear.
That man's the most patient one on earth. I thought you were patient. Damn.
This man is patient. Even when he kills somebody, he's like, oh, that's too bad.
Thanks for the soul.
Yeah.
It's nice of you.
He's like, sorry.
I needed that.
Yeah. He's like, just chill. And this man walking on glass.
Oh, that's right.
Like, you know, so I'm like, man, this man Arthur is a bad, you know, he's crazy.
Can we talk about, too, I don't mean to switch gears, but can we talk about the beginning of this episode when Layla's just a little bit of a badass, kind of like Tomb Raider? I've never seen Tomb Raider. It was never my thing. But if I had to envision a female Tomb Raider, she's it. Or not Tomb Raider, I'm sorry, Indiana Jones. Yeah. I'm thinking of, Tomb Raider. Indiana Jones is what I meant.
Yo, Khonshu, man. Take Layla, bro.
Yeah, he picked a good one if he does.
Layla, man, this girl, oh my God, we need her Moon Knight costume because she is doing just some crazy stuff in this show. Like, I'm low-key glad that she's not just a damsel in distress.
Thank you.
This girl is out here kicking ass. She is doing all kinds of shit. Like,
I love that she's a natural beauty. She's just naturally kicking ass, and it's realistic. I don't feel like I did with Kate Bishop.
Oh my God.
Which, you know, I get why they needed to do it. It just, this feels more realistic based on her background.
That name for now is gonna be like a Voldemort. Kate Bishop is like Voldemort. We can't
She who shall not be named.
Yeah, we can't. Oh my God. Layla.
So sorry.
Layla could have definitely been better than Voldemort because. She just Kate Bishop,
yeah.
But she is just really just kicking ass, and I really love every scene that she's in. Like, I know the show's about Moon Knight, but I'm really loving what I'm seeing from Layla. Right. Like so far.
Me too. She's just a great character. I love that she's not just like a background character. She's definitely like her. Like, and especially in this episode, we find out more about her and about her story and how she met Mark and all of that. And it's exactly what I was looking for. I wanted to know more about her. They've made her such a good character that I care. I want to know more. So. Shout out to the writers of this show because they have done a great job at making like the character development and making me care about this character. And John said the episode kind of confused him a little bit. So we get to break it down and help him understand it.
John, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, the experts. We get all the information down from, Marvel insiders. So that's why we come to like break the episodes down, week by week. So we got you. We got you.
He said, is Amit in jail or just hasn't been alive or something? So Amit was they entombed her in her little, what is it called? Ubshadi? Ubashi? The little statue, Ubshadi or something like that. They put her in that, and then later on the episode, they discover Alexander the Great's tomb. He was actually her avatar 2,000 years ago. And he rebelled against her and sided with the gods, and that's when they left the MCU universe into the pocket dimension, which is where they're at now. And they only have human avatars come out whenever they need to like judge something or whatever, like what they did with Khonshu. So essentially it was Alexander the Great's avatar. That's why it was buried in his throat in the tomb. And the whole Horus stuff with the Egyptian like eye and all of that, like all of the senses, that was so fascinating to me. I'm telling you, I was nerding out in this episode.
Yeah, no, you was pointing out stuff to me. I'm just like, oh yeah.
As soon as he said Macedonia, I was like, oh, that's Alexander the Great. That's amazing.
I was like, say what? Like he was like educating me the whole episode.
I'm telling you, I love this area of history. Yeah, he was Greek and wanted to be Egyptian, so that's actual history. But the way they put him as a pharaoh in this.
Yeah. Do you like the tie-in that Marvel did? Like.
Yeah, I'm a history nerd, so I love all of it.
Got it.
But yeah, that explains that part of it. But I want to know, what do you think about this driving scene? Because it's a little more of a human. Like, they took a long time on this driving scene when they're driving up to Amit's tomb. Yeah. In the desert, and I love, in the reflection, you see Mark talking. What do you think about the conversation?
I love every scene where he gets to talk to like Mark or just in some kind of reflection. Like that's so creative and unique to like incorporate it, and just to have like a person on the side just like the whole time looking like like what's going on? Like tell me, like and I'm loving. I'm not gonna lie, like when Mark took over the body, I was team Mark. I was like, man, I kind of like Mark better. Right. But I was so glad that they started this episode with him being Steven again, just so we can see more and just like see like how they both feel when they're in the body versus when they're outside of the body, and just like it's like a character study on himself because he's playing two different characters. And I'm just like, I gotta give this man a hand clap every episode because I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it so well.
Him as an actor, like you just see his range in this show, and I mean in this episode especially so far, you just see the range he has being able to act with himself. Yes. Like he impresses me with every episode.
Yeah, Marvel. Sign this man for the next 10 years, please.
So John asks, so can Khonshu be found the same way that they're finding Amit? That is true. Well, they would have to go back to, I think, that tomb where all of the gods met. But wasn't there like a not a tunnel, but like a pathway that opened up?
Yeah, the gods.
Portal.
Yeah.
How it's going to be interesting. I don't know how
they figure out how they connect.
How they get back to it, because that's how they're going to have to get Khonshu out of there, unless there's like some.
So maybe here's early theory, early spoiler. What I think. It's my bold prediction.
Let's hear it.
Maybe. So we're kind of at a point, and I'm kind of skipping ahead, but we're kind of at a point where, what's his name, Arthur. Like he pretty much found Amit, right? Mm-hmm. So I think whenever Amit is about to get released, that's when that's gonna signal the gods to open up something and just say, oh yeah, we gotta deal with this now, you know?
You think so?
I think so. I mean, that's kind of a simple way to explain it. I'm hoping it's more like complex than that, but seeing that only gods can open up the portal, or I don't know, maybe Mark knows something. Khonshu told Mark.
Oh, he did say tell Mark to come get me. So Mark probably does know. Yeah. That's true. You're right.
Yeah, so Mark probably knows, and we just gotta wait and see. You know, maybe the hippo got us, you know, whatever.
You've never seen Madagascar, but I saw the hippo goddess and I immediately thought of Jada Pinkett Smith because she's the voice of the hippo in Madagascar. Okay. Side note, you'll have to watch it and you'll understand.
Right. Learn something new every day. Yeah. But yeah, man, this was definitely a twisted and crazy episode. But yeah, the car scene, I loved it. Just learning more stuff, and like, honestly, like when Marvel came up with this show, like you kind of get the gist of it, that it's gonna be like a guy, and of course he has like a female antagonist. And honestly, I get tired of seeing that same story, but I love how they tell it so differently. Like, this is a new and interesting take for me.
Yes.
You know? Like, I'm glad that they're both equally both a part of it, and like both like carry each other's weight, like to like help the mission or whatever, you know. Like, so shout out to Marvel, keep continuing to be creative and like, you know, make these roles like flesh out. So
yeah, and I love the dynamic between the two too. Like, I mean, for her, it feels like just a different version of the person she's married to and known for so long. But for him, he's so like, he's that guy who just found like the perfect girl for him, and it's just like, oh, like I just look at you and I just love it, and then it's like everything she can do no wrong in his eyes. Yeah. But for her, it's a little bit harder. But you know, it's nice to see her actually start to fall for him here, or at least acknowledge like, okay, I do have feelings for this version of you. Yeah. Yeah. You know, but I love that. You know, through the whole thing, it's kind of like Mark is his conscience in a way, in a perspective, but he is in his conscience, or he is like his conscience in a way, in the sense of Steven felt like, okay, you're about to kiss me, I need you to know the full truth, because I just couldn't do that to Mark. That's how that whole scene felt. Which, you know, it just tells me how much of a good guy he actually is. And I think it really humbled Steven in the sense of like, wow, you're not as bad as I thought you are. And I appreciate you doing that. Later on in the episode, that pays off. So, I don't know. I think it's just more of a testament to his character, too. Yeah. So.
He's definitely, like, Steven's definitely growing on me, especially with this episode. And, like, we haven't got to that point yet, but did you see the point where he punched himself because he kissed his wife? Like, to me, I was like, wow, that's interesting. Like, so he can control like the body, like to a certain extent, or like that brought up questions for me. Like, okay, so how much, you know, control do they each have?
It's interesting that you say that, because I feel like obviously, like if Steven really wanted to in any of these scenes, you know, and you see with the hand him punching, you're like, oh, okay, why can't he just take over whenever he wants? I think him seeing Steven kiss his wife really elicited a strong emotion. And just kind of, it's like that adrenaline, when you just get that adrenaline to like lift a heavy car because somebody needs saving or something, you know what I mean? I think it's something like that, where he's like got such a strong emotion to take over the body, and that's what he did. That's how I see it on that one.
I low-key thought a switch was gonna happen, like when that happened. Like I thought he was gonna punch himself into Mark.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna wake up as Mark.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna hit himself so hard that he became like.
I wonder if everybody assumed that, and then he falls in the tomb, and I'm like, oh, it's still Steven.
Yeah, still Steven. Yeah, still Steven. Yeah.
I even love the scene like right before he walks into the cave or into the tomb, where he's talking to himself within, and he's like, "You just had to kiss her, didn't you?" You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't know, just the conversations he has with himself. It's like he still cares about Layla. Like, I don't know. He's done such amazing acting.
He really has, man. Like I need to know what school this man went to for acting, because this man is just brilliant. I'm loving everything he's doing.
Right. John asked if that was technically cheating.
No.
That ain't Mark.
Is it though?
No, it's a version of him. It's one of his. It's like his variant in his mind.
It's like his
mind variant. That's how I would describe it.
One of his mental variants.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, no, I don't think it's cheating. I mean, it's, he's one human. So that's, I guess, that's how I would consider it.
Interesting. Yeah.
But
he does ask him if he's in love.
That's funny. Mm-hmm. One of the interesting scenes that I didn't pick up on until we watched Emergency Awesome's video. So it's like, I guess they were walking up to the cave, and then we just see like the bloody, the tools just with blood and just stuff like that in the sand. And Emergency Awesome, like, I guess he alluded or said something that Layla was the one that took him out and like killed him. I was like,
yeah,
man, I was like, okay, Layla, like.
I just assumed it was like other people who were there, or Harrow's men maybe like ran into some trouble before they went into the tomb, and that's what I assumed. But then to hear that, I'm like, damn, Layla.
You know what? Once that got revealed to me, that kind of like, I think they're gonna hit us with a twist. Like, I think Layla's gonna end up like probably being the one that like that Amit comes through or something like that.
I hope not.
And yeah. What you think about that? Early theory about that?
No, it has to be Arthur Harrow.
You think so?
That's technically his avatar. Her avatar. Sorry. It would have to be, because there's, well, now that I think about it, how are they still attached? Because she's been in the Ubashti or whatever, Ubashti.
He just wants to free her.
Yeah.
Like, he knows about her and he just wants to free her.
Where do you get the magical cane then?
I don't know. This man left Khonshu and like, well, we don't even like. I want to know
that too.
Yeah, I want to know what's going on with that. Like, how did that? I want to see I want to see when Khonshu was a part of him. Like, I want to see that whole like relationship of just them splitting up and just doing whatever.
Yeah.
But I think early theory, Amit goes to Layla or some stuff like that, or just something.
Oh, I hope not.
Yeah, because Layla is kind of showing us like some super bad. Like, they're showing us that Layla's a badass for a reason. So I think one of the gods is gonna get into Layla or something like that. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, Moon Knight. We're hearing it's a limited series, and this might be it. But I wouldn't be surprised if like Layla is inhabited.
Early theory: Khonshu and Amit battle for either the body of Mark / Steven or Layla. And I would think Khonshu would win out so that Moon Knight can carry on. Well, so then it would have to be for Mark's body. Because you would think Moon Knight's going to carry on in other episodes. They're not going to just kill off Moon. I would hope not.
Yeah.
That would hurt.
Come on, Marvel, too soon.
So, yeah, I think, I mean, unless you're going to I don't know. Unless they're going to try to do a season 2, they shouldn't put Amit and Layla. Amit can't survive past this. Or if she does, Gore the God Butcher could get her in the next.
They just take her out.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're back.
Yeah.
You're dead now.
Right.
That'd be messed up.
Yeah.
Super messed up.
John said, I wonder if Amit has armor or they just transform into a crocodile lady. I don't know.
I think Amit's, we see, now that we know that Alexander the Great was her last avatar, that puts a lot of things into perspective.
Right?
Like, she was on some ruling shit,
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, whenever she gets released, man, whoever body she inhabits, like.
Which I think is pretty cool, because when you tie it into history, I mean, Alexander the Great was a huge figure.
Yeah.
He ruled over Macedonia, and it just spread into other surrounding empire, like to a huge empire. And it's kind of cool that they, tailored it to a backstory of, if you have the power of a god behind you, yeah, a lot of people are going to follow you.
Yeah.
He was viral before viral was a thing.
Yeah, he was viral. He was viral back in the day.
Yeah. Egyptian or ancient viral.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Funny. But I don't know. I guess we just got to wait and see. A lot of early predictions. I can't believe it's almost episode, like this series is going by so fast. Like, we didn't even get 2 episodes to start off with, but we already, like, quarter through the, well, more than a quarter. We're about, like, 2/3 almost.
Yeah, more than halfway. Halfway was 3.
Man. Yeah, I just love the scenes, just of them interacting, her just suiting him up, getting him ready. It's, I don't know. I think they're trying to set us up, man. They showed Layla taking down the guard. You know?
Yeah.
You see, like, they not finna waste. That's what I'm saying. Layla's getting set up for some other stuff, man.
You think so?
Her dad's gone. Like, she ain't got. I mean, the lady that was making the stuff for her, she was saying like, that speech that she was saying was kind of like a speech, like kind of saying your last words. Kind of speech, you know?
Yeah.
Like what? Like if you go back and look at that scene was kind of like, I just want you to be safe. You know?
I just love you.
Like, I don't want you to go out like your dad. It was one of those scenes. So I'm telling you, Layla, she's next. Khonshu picked her for a reason. Amit's gonna be like, oh, that was your pick now. My pick, bro. Like, I ain't waiting. I ain't waiting.
That would be a twist if she's the one that's actually going to be Moon Knight in the MCU. That'd be a big twist.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think she'll be Moon Knight, but I think she's definitely going to be Amit's avatar.
Really?
Or like
for a certain like for a small period at least.
Like I think so. Here's my prediction for the show. I'm dropping the spoilers right now. Moon Knight and Ethan Hawke, they're gonna fight, right? And Ethan Hawke's character is gonna die, or whatever. But whatever's gonna happen. But Amit's spirit or whatever is still gonna be released, and she's gonna have to find another host because she's like, no, I'm not going back. So I think she's gonna go for like,
I ain't going back.
Yeah, she's like, I ain't going back. I just got out. I ain't going back. So
Shit.
I definitely think it's gonna be a situation where maybe Layla is almost dying, and Amit's just like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
You're like,
Here we go.
You're back working for me.
Well, actually, Khonshu is the resurrection god.
Yeah.
So if she does die, he would have to resurrect her.
Yeah, make a deal. Yeah, you have to make a deal. I'm wondering how Mark/Steven is gonna like get up from all this, because man got shot in the chest. Bop, bop. Man definitely got taken out. So we trying to figure out like, honestly, if we didn't watch the video, we'd definitely have a mind trip. But we know what was going on at the end, and I'm really curious on like how they're gonna get like from that without Khonshu. Like, my early prediction is like it's gonna be some magical temple water or something like that.
Like holy water?
Yeah, and it's gonna resurrect my guy, and he's just
Khonshu?
I don't know.
Or Mark? Oh, Mark.
Mark, yeah. Or this third person. I don't know.
Jake.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something going on. I don't know. I think they're gonna say something like Khonshu has always been a part of you in your mind or something, and like it's something that's gonna happen. I guarantee you. Because right now we're kind of at a standoff with Layla and Steven, and they're all. Wait, I don't know. Did he get? He didn't get the statue, huh? Because Mark was the one that.
Mark had the statue, so if he fell in, well, I don't know. We'd have to go back and like watch that scene really, really closely.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think he handed it to Layla and said run.
Yeah.
I think he still had it, so technically, I think he fell into the water with it.
Wow.
So, but I don't know.
So,
we'd have to go back and watch that scene when it comes up.
Spoiler alert. What if Mark is dying and he has Amit's statue, and she shows up and it's like, you want to live?
She can't. She's not the god of resurrection.
What is she the god of?
Let me look it up. I'm not sure.
Let's do a quick fact check before we go off here and just.
I only I think I don't know what she's the god of.
Okay, but I mean I can see a situation like that happening, and we learned from Emergency Awesome like Mark, this man dies all the time, and Khonshu is just pretty much like, yep, you're back, like we're good. You know, this honestly made me more interested in this character, the Moon Knight character. Right?
Like, I want to look at more gods and see, like, what their powers and stuff are now. So it says, Amit has the ability to take away the life force of people who have or will commit evil acts.
Okay, that's her route. Okay.
Unless Layla is going to now kill Mark, because, you know, we find out the big reveal of he killed, well, okay, he didn't kill her dad, but was there. I mean, I don't think she's going to kill, but I don't think she's going to have evil acts. But she did kill the guards.
Yeah.
So she has killed people before. So if she gets judged.
That's what I'm saying. Like Layla is taking people out. Like it ain't nothing. We seen her dismantle that dude on the first scene when she showed up. Just homegirl is like taking people out like with the quickness. So
right.
I don't know. I think early prediction. I think Layla's gonna end up being the judge. Like she's gonna get the tattoo and like she's gonna have to like I don't know.
Dang.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
John said Arthur would be so salty if Amit chose Mark/Steven, or just really interested in him.
Yeah.
He also said Layla has the statue.
Oh, Layla's the one. Oh, really?
That's crazy. Because now we don't know. Like, she's obviously... Well, they don't know that she's in there. She's hidden off to the side.
Yeah, they don't know.
But damn, that's going to get interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely going to get interesting next week. But right now, we in the scene where they're inside the cave. And, like, I'm loving the way that the tone just switches in this series. Like, at first they're in a cave and they're on some discovery shit, like spitting out the science facts and just all the hieroglyphs and all this just talk that I don't understand. And you're like, oh man, this is a great like scene. You know, you're learning, you're just watching and all that. And then the tone just literally shifts to like, you just see blood and stuff on the floor and you see just like, then you're like, oh.
I told you right away, I was like, oh my God, they just mummified somebody.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you have the little, I can't think of what they're called, but the little jars that they put the heart and the organs and stuff into. I was like, oh my God, no.
What are your thoughts about that? What do you think about that? Do you think like...
That they should, what do you mean that should have been that
Do you think that's some stuff that like actually like goes down? Like say like pyramids, like say like people...
Honestly, I've always wanted to know. I've seen a couple movies where it's like people go to Egypt for like, there was one where somebody went to Egypt for like on a trip or something to the tomb, and they go in there and they're like chased by these jackal figures. Like, so I've always been curious. God. Like, I really want to go see a pyramid and see like what these tombs and stuff. But I almost kind of want to make sure I do it with like a guided tour and don't get lost.
You know these pyramids, right?
Yeah,
okay, right,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, don't take me too far, you know.
Can we do a string from the outside just to make sure we can make it back? Like, that would be...
Can I live stream this? No.
Yes.
He's like,
oh, God.
No cameras here.
Like Blair Witch in the Egyptian tomb. That'd be some shit. But, I mean, I would love to see a pyramid like this, but I mean, I don't know. Seeing movies like that and then shows like this, I mean, can you imagine?
Do you think it's interesting though that we've never seen any like live streams or just anything on the internet like from like pyramids and tombs and stuff?
I wonder why. I mean, it makes sense because it makes it this shroud of like mystery, and people are like, look at me. I'm like, I really want to see the inside of a pyramid, you know. Yeah. But also, like, what's in there?
Live,
yeah. Maybe there's a reason you don't get to go into the pyramids. I would think you could, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just to be able to see like these old ancient tombs and. That would be cool.
Yeah, I would love to go in without jeopardizing my life.
Yeah.
You know, so if that's a way, you know, hey, I'm all down for it, and you know, because it is some interesting stuff. Like I would like to do some studying up before I went.
Oh yeah.
Because like I would like to know, like, you know, okay, what is this?
What are we looking at? And
yeah.
That's why I said I would hope it's like a guided tour as well, like to tell me all of those type of things, because I'm all for it. I'm here for it.
What if it's a guided tour and then you get like to a certain part of the pyramid and the tour guide is like a jackal?
Like a real one, or
like he turns into a jackal and he's like, all right, end the tour. Time to eat.
It's a tour worth dying for.
Yeah, he's like, all right, end the tour. You're here.
Which one's first?
Yeah, that'd be some stuff, man. But I've always been interested in stuff like that. So just to see this and like just the MCU is like, wow. I'm just loving it so far.
Me too. Like walking into the scene of, I mean, I know it's creepy now that we know, but just like the history of it. I love that Steven is such a history buff because it works. It works so perfectly, and with him being able to like tell her these things, and she knows it too. So he's not like mansplaining it to her, which is lovely. But you also get to learn the history, like their masks and the ceremonial stance. You understand that they would have been entombed to protect the tomb, you know?
Yeah.
That's just what the hieroglyphs meant. But not everybody knows how to read hieroglyphs.
Yeah, no.
So, I don't know. I just thought this was so cool. This whole scene of them, like, discovering all of the guards of the tomb and... Yeah.
I just want to commend Disney. Like, if you guys aren't in Egypt and they just, like, did all this set design and not in Egypt, like, you guys give y'all, like, director of, like... Just give him a raise and just, like... Cause this scene looks like it's there. Like, you're inside.
To be able to recreate what a pyramid tomb would look like.
Like, this is beautiful. Mm-hmm. Like, it's literally, like, I think what I love a lot from the show is showing me something I've never seen.
100%.
You know, I'm not looking at like New York and like, you know, just cars and, you know, the streets and stuff like that. I'm looking at something that's fresh, like, man, like, you know,
it's like a glimpse into history, but in a way that's interesting that you want to learn more, and you're like, whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I feel like Steven got braver.
Yeah, he did.
Throughout this episode.
He definitely got braver this episode.
You think Layla brings that out in him?
I think she definitely does. Because she's fiery, you know? And, like, the scene that was funny for me was when, dog's house. The scene that was funny, go save him. You know?
Right.
Go save him. No, but the scene that was funny for me on this part was when they were about to go inside where they seen, like, the blood and stuff. And he's like, yeah, we shouldn't go in there. You know, like, he's like,
she's like, let's go. That'd be me. I'm like, all right, what's over there?
He's like, oh, no, I think there's another way. She's like, where? He's like, anywhere but that way.
Yeah.
You know, I would love this guy. I'm like, man, this guy's so real. That's like how he is.
That is exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's so real. Like, just the way they're acting, that is, I believe it. I full on believe it.
Yeah. And like the series just did the complete turn when you just start hearing the sounds of like the jack.
It's like that
like I didn't think they was gonna go that far. Like I thought it was just gonna be like the guards and just like, you know.
I thought it was gonna be Harrow's people, and then that thing like crawls on its fours, and I'm like,
like, oh, we doing this? I'm like, where are we? Like for a moment, I'm like, damn, Marvel, what you about to show us?
Right.
Like I was like, I'm here for it, but damn.
But I'm so glad, like, I didn't know how to feel about Disney adding, like, the adult, like, locks and all of that for the shows. Because I'm like, really? Do we need to see, like, that much gore and violence?
Yeah.
But, damn, like, I couldn't, I don't want to say I wouldn't have believed this scene without something like that. But, damn, if it didn't add to this scene and this whole show. You know?
Yeah. For real.
Because I'm just like, oh my god, he just put like a kidney or something in that statue, in that little vase. I'm like,
this man was literally picking like a surgeon just.
Oh my god. And they make it mysterious enough to where you see them, but you don't really see their face. Like, I mean, they look blue and they like do this weird sound. Like, Marvel, I mean, in theory, they're bringing ancient Egyptian history to life. Because this is essentially what these guards were placed in there to do for the afterlife of the pharaohs or whoever they were chosen to protect. So just to see that brought to life as a real thing is just, it's scary.
It really is,
you know?
scary. And I got some more theories about our girl Layla, man. I think her dad is really tied into some stuff. And I just think her mythology, I think there's something we don't know.
Really?
Because, man, she went head up against this creature, right? Like, and we even see where he pulls her in.
Oh like, my god, yes.
I was like, damn, it's a wrap for Layla.
And you heard the screams. I'm like, shit.
I'm like, it's a wrap for my girl.
That's how they take it.
And she came out like, you know, like, get the fuck off me. Like, it wasn't like a struggle. So I'm really thinking our girl Layla got some kind of like.
She's got fighter skills. Like, she cut his arm off. And he's trying to stab her with his bone. Yeah. And she gets a flare. Like, she's smart. Yeah. You know?
I'm thinking she's got some kind of powers. I'm thinking she's got some, like, some goddess thing. And I'm telling you, like, I think they're trying to show us that Layla is meant for something big.
Meant for, yes. Yeah. Currently has them? I don't think so. I think she's just a badass.
I don't know. I think there's more to our girl.
I think I told you, like, I could see her becoming something. Like, they're turning everybody into something. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can see her. I feel like she's going to get her own show. Khonshu can have his own show. Like, everybody gets a show. It's like Oprah. You know what I mean? I mean, they gave Echo a show.
Yeah, right.
Show.
Yeah. You get a show.
Yeah. John said it's got horror movie vibes again. That's all. This Sam Raimi is going to direct Multiverse of Madness. And I remember Emergency Awesome saying he's looking forward to the horror movie, like...
elements.
Yeah, of that movie. Yeah. He also said, can you imagine Hawkeye and Black Widow fighting that? Oh.
Man.
I could see Black Widow fighting the way Layla does.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not a trained assassin, but I can see them fighting similarities, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I could see Yelena Belova taking that down. But I don't know, my girl Kate, she definitely be done for in this cave.
Yeah.
I don't think them arrows would have did a damn thing, to be honest.
She could have thrown him on the other side and swung over maybe, but
Yeah.
can I just tell you, as a kid who loved to like climb on things and climb rocks and stuff like that, this whole scene where Layla is like walking along the wall and climbing on stuff, I was like, this looks fun, but it also had me on the edge of my seat. Like,
he's like, that's me.
It would be fun. I would love to do, maybe not, cliff like this, but just the whole rocks aspect of it and just being in like a tomb and stuff. I was here for it.
I was here for this whole scene, just the environment that they created and built for this, man.
This whole scene too, like when Arthur Harrow comes in too, like, this is one of my favorite scenes of the episode.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, John said, "Y'all wrong."
I'm just saying. About Hawkeye and Kate. Real. See, man, keep your eyes on that girl Layla, man. She's got some gene inside of her, man. That's just waiting to be released. Cause this girl's a survivor. I give it that. This girl's a survivor.
Yeah, it would take a lot to take her down.
I don't even think she let go of that backpack. This man took her and the backpack.
He grabbed the hell out of her, like.
That's what I'm saying, and she for her to make it out unscathed. I'm telling you, homegirl got some powers. Homegirl got something her daddy gave her. Like, come on, like. Arm come off, like, come on, man.
Oh, it broke off. She didn't cut it off. I just noticed that. So he's strong.
Choking her in one arm.
Yeah, but he's also a mummy.
Something that's resurrected. She whooping his ass.
Right.
Look at this.
So now I look at it, it's very important that they show you she killed that guy in the tent. And that she, like, avoided those mercenaries in the beginning when they were in the sand.
Yeah.
It's important that you understand that to be able, it's like credibility to her actually being able to take this thing. Because I believed, oh God, and you do see the face. Because I believed it. Like, to not have a fear of this thing and just have adrenaline kick in, like, damn.
And then throw this man off and hang on? Like, come on. Give our girl Layla the powers, or just go ahead in episode 6 tell us like, she had a little bit, but Amma just juiced her up now, so she's super powerful.
Oh man.
Cause when I see her climbing, I'm like, man, this girl Layla is cold.
Right.
I'm like, I don't think nothing could take her down. Like, I don't even think a bullet would take her down at this point, because this girl is going crazy.
Wrap it up and keep going.
For real.
He said, John said, support your fellow heroes, including Kate. We're trying.
Kate's still in boot camp, man. She's still on Hawkeye's farm to learn.
Hawkeye's farm.
She's still trying to learn to get those squirrels in the trees and stuff like that, or whatever the case is. But.
John, he also said, where did Layla learn how to fight? Probably from Mark. Yeah, between Mark, teaching her.
That's what I'm saying, man. There's something we don't know about our girl Layla.
Well, and I feel like her dad probably taught her. If he is working, the story that they tell is that he was working for mercenaries, right? If he has to have some type of fighting in him, he probably taught her from a young age. I mean, even if you're somebody that's over there, you have a passport built for you in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I would assume you know how to fight, or you've been in some damn situations,
Yeah, for real.
So that makes sense to me. I also love how Stephen, as he's walking into Alexander the Great's tomb, sees the reflection. He's like, "So you kissed her, huh?"
Oh yeah, brought that up. Like I love any time that he just sees any kind of reflection, and then the other one's just like, So what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Like, you not gonna... And I'm wondering, because we're starting to get I guess the Jake Lockley character. I guess they're trying to we don't know yet. It's not confirmed, but they're teasing that there's a third personality. So I'm wondering, does this third personality just chill behind both of them and just y'all talk it out, but I'm gonna just take over whenever.
I wonder if he's just not as strong in his mind. Like, he hasn't built up that character enough. Because remember, they say when it flashes forward to the him in the mental hospital, they changed the movie 5 times, which is supposed to signify his 5 personalities. So I think Emergency Awesome explained it as you have Moon Knight, you have Mr. Knight, Steven, Mark, and then this Jake Lockley guy. Because we noticed he was kind of different in episode 3, I think it was.
Yeah, he was whooping ass. He was looking like he was gonna kill. I think Steven's obviously the one who has issue with killing people.
I think Mark has done it so much, or has done it in the past, and it's not really what he wants to do though. He'll do it if he needs to, but he doesn't want to do it. But that Jake Lockley guy was just perfectly fine with stabbing him and holding the kid over the edge, and Khonshu's like, drop him, he'll talk. Yeah. And then he does, and he's like, I really thought he would talk. Or he cut the thing off, and he's like, oh, I really thought he would talk.
We have seen some instances where he's snapping back, and he's like, oh shit, I just stabbed somebody?
Yeah.
I just killed a dude?
So maybe that wasn't Mark the whole time. Maybe it was What's it, Jake? Yeah.
Jake personality.
And he's just, you know, more little grumpier than the other two.
And he doesn't. I think he's probably thinking he's the superior personality. He's like, yeah, y'all can split with the body, but I'm gonna take control
every once in a while.
When it's time to get for real, and y'all arguing, I'm gonna take control and get this dude out the picture.
Yeah. So John asked, he asked who's Jake from State Farm. Jake is the third. Well,
so
yeah, you go ahead.
So we're getting like rumors, you know, from sources. We got multiple sources that feed us this information.
The Twitter sphere.
We're hearing rumors that it's an additional third personality that Mark and Steven don't even know about, because there have been several points in the show where like even Steven asked Mark, "Did you do this?" And he's like, "No." And then they're both confused because like they both obviously live in the same body. Mm-hmm. So they're like, "Okay, who did it?" So that's where this third personality is coming from that we're theorizing is Jake. So hope that answers your question. John. Yeah.
All right. Also, can I just say, I love the scene of this pharaoh. Like the way that they turned the camera and just how beautiful they made the tomb. Like,
yeah.
The way they filmed a lot of these scenes is just, even when they zoom out and you have Layla on one end and Arthur on the other, like that was just a powerful scene.
It really was.
And him just walking out so calm, like a badass. He just was perfect for this character.
My thing with Steven, or not Steven, but Ethan Hawke's character, Arthur. I'm wondering, like, where is he getting all this information from? Like, how does he know all this stuff? He knows a lot of stuff, man. Like,
I wonder if it's because all gods see things. Do you think? No, they can't, because they would see that he's trying to, release Amit.
Because even he knows a lot about Khonshu and like when Khonshu was there.
Oh, I do know how. So when he, remember in the episode 1 or 2, I think it was 2, when he judged, he's like, there's a lot of chaos within you. He was judging 2 of them at once, Steven and Mark. And that's how he knows, like I saw inside your husband, I could see that he, the scales showed that they revealed to him moments of pain and sin, is what he said in the episode. And so he probably saw where Mark killed her, or
was a part of,
or he saw what really happened and knows his agony over it, but he never said Mark killed your dad.
Yeah, he never said that.
He's like, she put that together, like, oh, he killed my dad, and he's like, you said it.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? He's planting that seed in her mind, but that doesn't mean it's true, because he tells her another version, or maybe the truth later. Yeah. But that's a lot to take in. Like, obviously, I would hope she's not going to believe Arthur, but now she doesn't know. Yeah. Because he's kept things from her, and she's, doesn't know how to feel about it. Yeah. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Because technically, he's dead right now.
Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just watched him die in front of her, you know, so that has to make her feel a certain way about him. So we'll see. She's gone through a lot of emotions and trauma in this short time in the pyramid.
She really has.
She really
has.
John also said Jake must be a ninja if he kept quiet all this time. Well, I think he showed up in 3. He was just a different form.
So we're thinking Jake is the third personality that's I don't even think he spoke this whole series. I don't think the Jake character spoke, but he's been the one that's doing the crazy action. So when you see blood on his hands, or when you see him stabbing somebody, we're assuming that that's the Jake Lockley character. Because even Mark, he takes down people. Yeah. He beats them up, boop boop, but he's not trying to kill them and just. So even on this episode, we see the third. What was it? Not the coffin. Is it the coffin?
Oh, the sarcophagus?
Yeah, the sarcophagus. Yeah, so we see the third one, and it's it's glowing red. Well, it's not glowing red, but it was red. And it was beating to come out. So
oh yeah, when he's in the mental hospital, you mean? Yeah. Yeah.
So that was, I think that was low key them signaling them okay, there's this third because spoiler alert, what we're seeing in the mental hospital is supposed to be all in his head. Yeah. And we're just trying and because all the characters that you see in the hospital are characters that we've seen before during the show. So it's kind of it's not trying to trick us, but it's we're trying to figure out where the hell we are. And of course, with how it went at the end, we're okay, what the hell? You know?
Yeah.
So,
We were confused as hell watching that.
They turned up the M. Night Shyamalan meter 1,000.
You know what it reminded me of though? When he falls in the water and he like goes towards that light, it reminded me of Get Out. It had very much elements in that way. I mean, obviously different outcomes, but it very much felt like Get Out when he falls into the what is it, the unknown or whatever it was called.
When she hypnotized him.
Yes, when she hypnotized him and she hit the T thing or whatever, and he's like, ding, ding, you know.
Okay. I can see the comparison.
Yeah, John said almost thought my guy woke up in the TVA. Right, he got pruned.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be crazy? Where he's just in chains walking up to the TVA.
That'd be some shit. It'd be interesting to tie it in that way, but
my guy's like, oh shit. I don't. You know, we getting closer and closer to just Multiverse of Madness and just even Thor. Mm-hmm. I think I'm kind of at the point where I don't think there's going to be a crossover in this show.
To Multiverse?
To anything.
It can cross over to, I would think, Black Panther. Because of the God aspect of it.
I could see a crossover in Black Panther.
Either Black Panther or even Thor, because it's the gods.
I could see
Thor the God Butcher.
So no Doctor Strange?
There is a lot already going on in Doctor Strange, and if it's an under 2 hour runtime, that's not happening. There's no way.
And you know the thing also too? Like, this is dealing within the MCU, right? This show. Mm-hmm. Doctor Strange is literally dealing with stuff across the multiverse in different MCUs.
Yes.
So, we could see a variant of Moon Knight in Multiverse of Madness. I don't know. We just...
Interesting, yeah, you're right.
We could.
That would be a lot to bring on and just cause, but maybe. It's possible.
I don't think
it's possible.
Yeah. The only reason why I don't think they'll do it is because, like, this. I think it's too soon.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's
right
too
after.
soon. Yeah, I think it's too soon to bring him into Doctor Strange and just even with, like I always just say, it's a multiverse movie talking about different versions of characters. Mm-hmm. So I could see him pop up in a Doctor Strange or Wakanda forever.
Yeah.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it now, I could have like if you would have asked me a week ago, I'd be like, oh yeah, he's gonna be in Doctor Strange. Like, why not? It's coming out in the same week, but I don't think so.
Right. Do
you think there'll be like a post credit at all to like what he'll show up in? Or do you think that's gonna
end? So. You almost have to. Marvel would drop the ball severely if there's not a post credit.
No post credit at all.
Yeah, if there's not one at all. Like, I was waiting for one at the end of this. I almost thought.
I was. Yeah, we keep waiting every time. We're like, oh man, like.
Question or Moon Knight said, "Hello, Chef."
Moon Knight, what's up? We're loving the show. We're loving it.
Yeah, good job.
Loving the show.
Also, going back to before he was in his like white room explaining everything, in the scene where Layla walks in and she's obviously like, what happened to my father type of thing, like she's pissed. Why do you think she said, did you kill Abdullah al-Fauli or however she pronounces it? Like, is that her dad? Why didn't she say, why did you kill my father? Or did you kill my father? You know?
That's what I'm saying. It's something up with Layla, man.
You think she's adopted and it's not her real dad? It's her dad, but like, I don't know. There's a reason she said the name.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious. I want to know.
I don't know. I think there's like I said, I think there's something going on with Layla, and we're definitely gonna find out like soon. I think there's something he doesn't even know because technically they met after her father died, or just
right when he became Moon Knight. He was resurrected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. So we don't even know everything about Layla.
Interesting. So he would have. So obviously, so that's the tie-in. He was on a dig or a mission with her dad and other people. His partner got greedy and killed them all, and he was supposed to die too.
Yeah. And
so then Khonshu finds him, and obviously she would have found out like, oh my god, my dad was murdered. Goes to the site and then probably meets him there.
Yeah.
So he already was Moon Knight. So yeah, that makes sense.
Wow, what a twist.
What a twist. Like I'm saying, the writing for this show, they did so good.
Like keep twisting this.
Yes, but it makes sense. Thank you. Like, it's just good storytelling.
Yeah. John
said there should be a longer trailer for Love and Thunder and Doctor Strange. Oh, that'll be one of the end credits.
I don't know. I don't know if, just this whole multiverse movie, I don't know if it's really gonna like touch on elements like in our MCU.
Really?
Like, I think we're gonna be traveling to a whole different kind of multiverses and trying to stop whatever is happening there from coming in our MCU.
Interesting.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, but I don't know how it's gonna end. So that's the probably biggest question. Like, how does it affect? Because like Marvel it's like kind of tiptoeing around the stuff that they put out, which they should. And even with the Thor trailer, it was more of a teaser. It wasn't like an actual like, you know. I mean, it was something. Marvel was like, okay, here you go. Like that's pretty much what that was, you know. So we're gonna have to watch Doctor Strange too. I think before we get like any full big trailer, you know. I don't think at this point I don't think Marvel's even gonna put a real trailer in front of Doctor Strange.
They shouldn't.
I think
especially if it ties in or like whatever we see in Multiverse of Madness is gonna impact or have a direct effect on Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect to see a real Thor trailer until like a week, two, maybe a month after Doctor Strange is out, because they want, because you gotta think this is a business. Marvel's not gonna go
see it.
Yeah, Marvel doesn't want to super promote something else when something else is fresh out. They want They want to squeeze the hell out of Multiverse of Madness. And get everything out of that.
I mean, that would be how you maximize your marketing dollars. Why would you run simultaneously? That's just overload for your people, you know?
Yeah, and that's why, like I said, I think they put this teaser out just to be like, all right, here you guys go. So
that's true. They probably heard a lot of people complaining online. Where's Thor: Love and Thunder?
Yeah.
And
don't get me wrong. I love the teaser. Like the teaser was cool. Like I thought it was great. Especially if Marvel just want to give us something. I love it.
John said they should add it in like the Doctor Strange trailer after Spider-Man.
That was smart. That actually was smart what they did with that post credit. Even though it wasn't a real post credit, it was pretty much like a trailer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think they would. I mean, you think that's their new post credits? How they do that?
It could be.
Like they put real trailers of their next movie at the end versus like a post credit. Like what if that's a new post credit? We see like a new trailer.
We've only seen it in that movie though, huh? That's the first time they did it?
Yeah, that was the first. I think that was the first thing we seen like with Doctor Strange at all. Like
that's true.
Like after the Spider-Man, that was the first thing, and that's when like, oh, trailer just got released. Oh, we got a new trailer. So, I don't know. I think I'm hoping more for a post credit than a trailer, and I'm saying that only because we're literally getting Thor in like 2 months after Doctor Strange. You know, it's not gonna be like a 5-month break. It's not gonna be a 6-month break.
Yeah, July.
So, yeah. But back to Moon Knight. We're actually no, read the chat. So
I see. John said, "What if another Jane Foster came into our current universe and replaced it with a Jane Foster in the movie?"
Pause the scene real quick.
Kind of like what happened with what's her name? Oh my God, I can't think of her name right now. Continue. I can't think of her name.
So he's saying, what if another Jane Foster comes into this universe
and replaces the Jane? Oh, that's what it reminds me of. Kind of like Gamora. Like I feel like Star-Lord is dealing with a lot of like feelings because Gamora's there, or there should be a Gamora. There will be a Gamora there. So he's dealing with another version of his love interest. Can you imagine if Thor is having to do the same? Like he thinks Jane is Jane, but now it's not Jane. That'd be interesting. Maybe it could impact it that way.
I think that's gonna be a great like. I could see a situation happening because like I think in the comics Jane has cancer.
Yeah.
So she's like dying from cancer. So I could definitely see a situation to where like maybe our Jane like has cancer and she like dies, and Thor's like, man, I lost it all. Like I don't want to fight anymore. I've lost it all. And then out of nowhere, we see this random Jane. Like with the hammer, and she could be a different Jane from a different universe. I could see that happening.
Or she was resurrected by Khonshu. I'm just kidding.
Or Amit, like, who knows? But honestly, I kind of don't want to see that cop out.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that cop out. Like I want to see something, and I trust Taika Waititi. I want to see something creative and I want to see like a new spin on how they do it. I don't want to see like just some this happened.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I don't want to see that. But
no, I agree. What did you want to say? We're back in the scene in the tomb.
So we're at the scene where they're at the tomb, and Arthur, he just ran straight up on him. And when I seen this man going crazy, pause it. When I seen this man going crazy, like he took the one dude's gun, slashed somebody else. I'm like, why the hell are they just watching this man? Like,
just John Wick everybody.
That's it. I'm like, why is they watching this man take him down? Y'all just walked in with guns. But then you see this man Arthur just pull up. He said, fuck judgment.
Yeah.
He said, this man had the pistols. Like,
I am the judge.
Bro, this man had the pistols. Like, all right, enough. Y'all just sitting here watching him slaughter everybody. All right. Like, just straight up.
Well, it's interesting too because I totally forgot until we were watching it again right now. He switched from Steven into Mark.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He had like it's almost like the adrenaline to protect Layla or to just make sure Steven doesn't die. Like he forced himself back into Steven or back into Mark. So it's interesting. So they have more power than they realize.
Yeah.
I think both of them. Well, obviously Steven I don't think can do it whenever he wants, but Mark I think like when he has those strong emotions, like to be able to punch his own self, to be able to automatically turn right back into Steven. So that was an interesting.
Yeah, it was very interesting. Because you seen that 2 times this episode. You seen it in the beginning when he punched himself in the face, and then you just seen it when like he just randomly he just did it, just like you said, adrenaline.
Yeah.
But seeing this man Ethan Hawke, this cold-blooded killer, man. This man walked in sweating. He just I'm done, bro. Like he's literally done.
Right.
Like he was like.
It's like he said it too. He's like I remember the day when I woke up to freedom and it was silence. I didn't hear him in my head anymore. You know, he's like walked in all prophetic and stuff, and he knows Khonshu's not tied to him anymore. He knows he can't be resurrected, and so that's what's gonna be interesting. I want to know how the hell does he come back from his like white dream?
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be interesting because technically he should be dead.
Yeah, technically this should be it right now.
Right.
So we're at the scene where Arthur / Ethan Hawke got his revenge from Training Day and just laid out Oscar Isaac. But I still love Ethan Hawke's character, man. Like I hate to love this guy.
You got a soft spot for the villains. You and Fake Cap.
Like he's hard to love because you heard his story. Like you see where he's coming from. Is he extreme as hell? Yes, very. But this man did not play like with his dream and like his goal.
He
like,
sure don't.
You get in the way, like it's a wrap for you.
You get in the way of his plans. John said Arthur pulled out his little 22. He's been saving that gun since 1999 or something.
I swear, he was ready to lay this man out.
Right, man.
They had assault rifles and everything. This man was like, move.
He said that man ready to sell his soul to Ahmet.
Man, he's ready. This man had that pistol on hand just in case things went left. He's like, I'm tired of this.
He said, take me.
This man said, what are you henchmen for?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to judge people with my hands. Y'all got me out here just laying people out.
I got glass in my feet. I can do this better than you. Literally how that went.
This man seen Mark take out 2 or 3 of his bodyguards. Was like, you know what?
Right.
I'll just take him out because y'all just watching him. Crazy, man.
Can I just say that when it switched to this like Indiana Jones, like you could tell this is like an old movie, right?
Yeah.
Felt very
By
vintage.
the ratio, how the screen just went. Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Paul was really good at doing that.
Can I just say, I was like, damn, did we celebrate 420 a little too long?
Man, I thought I was tripping low key too.
Yes, because I'm like, where did this all come from? What did I miss?
Yeah.
Like, did I miss that we were supposed to go in some kind of pocket dimension? Like.
But I even noticed something Marvel was really clever at doing. So you see how they're switching the size of the screen, they're switching like the aspect ratio. If you watch like some of these new Doctor Strange trailers, you can see stuff popping like outside of the aspect ratio.
Oh.
So like next time when you watch a Doctor Strange trailer, look at like, you see how it's black on the top and the bottom? You'll see like stuff from the scenes coming out. You'll see like stuff from the scenes coming out and like just in like not where they're typically supposed to be, you know?
Interesting.
And so when you watch the next Doctor Strange trailer, and anybody watching it, when you watching that on TV, just look at the different stuff. And like Marvel, we talked about this earlier. Pause it. We keep talking about Doctor Strange. I'm sorry. We can't wait for this movie. I'm sorry. We can't wait. We cannot wait. I'm gonna lose my mind.
Right.
It's gonna be 420 again when Doctor Strange comes out. Because we're gonna be in a multiverse, in a universe. So, but this movie is gonna be crazy as hell.
Ugh.
And I'm just all here for it. Like I'm really just all here for it. And
100%.
just all the crazy things that's going on.
100%.
But yeah, even this scene where he's back in just the mental hospital and just all the craziness going on. This, like, I'm watching this whole thing and I'm just like, what the hell is going on? This was literally my, what the hell? Like, I've never been so confused in my life watching a Marvel show until I seen this whole scene play out.
Right?
Like, I'm like, what the hell is going on? So, we get to the scene and after doing our research, we figure out and find out that this is all playing in Steven/Mark's head. And it was a beautiful scene.
Oh my God.
Just all the stuff that we seen and just
even the way it was shot.
Yes. And Marvel knew what the hell they was doing by just confusing the hell out of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like just throwing and just playing just a lot of stuff that's going on. So I'm really curious and wondering how they're gonna follow up with this, because and honestly we're gonna watch the trailer for episode 5 after this, because it's definitely one of those scenes at the end where you're like, what the hell? Loki was a confusing ass show.
Yes.
But
Even
this confused me. Even what?
WandaVision in the beginning.
That was confusing as hell too. But this, oh my God. You want to talk about confusion? These are the gods of confusion, okay?
Right.
Literally. Because when you watch this scene, you don't know what the hell is going on. You literally lost as hell. I have never seen this so beautifully done. You can push play. But when we see Mark and Steven hug each other, I'm like,
what a twist.
I'm like, what the hell am I looking at right now? Because I know he don't have a twin brother. And I'm just talking about from a visual standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
It literally looked like he was hugging himself.
Yes.
I was looking at his neck. I'm trying to look at the visual cues. Okay, that's.
Yeah.
But they really, I don't know what technology they using in their shows, but they on the next level with it. Because it literally looks like he is I thought he was acting against himself this whole series.
Mm-hmm.
No. This was the episode where he was literally acting versus himself. And I can't even explain how.
Everything from his eyebrows are different in each character. Did you notice that?
Yeah, his hair is different.
Yeah.
It's styled a different way.
You can style hair different. Your facial expressions are different per character.
Yes.
Your voice is different. Your accent is he literally has 2 different characters that he was able to master and play in one show.
Yes.
That is impressive.
I'm literally thinking that he's acting with his twin right next to him. They executed that scene so beautiful. A person like me, when people do stuff like this in movies,
mm-hmm.
when you see it's and I know we came a long way since then, but say the Nutty Professor, Eddie Murphy, right?
Yeah, that was impressive though.
It was impressive back then, but we knew he wasn't really touching himself, he wasn't hugging himself, he wasn't
Yeah.
And if he was, we can kind of see the
differences.
It's kind of. But this, I could not see. My eyes, I'm oh my God, does he have a brother? It's got me questioning after the show. I'm does he have a twin brother? Because this looks so perfect, and I don't know how they did it. It's amazing.
I mean, I know they acted he acted against his brother.
Yeah.
And I thought more to prepare for the role. But I wonder if that was his brother in that shot. But it felt like one transition.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it literally looked like both of them were there at the same time, touching each, grabbing, all the, it just looked like they were both there, even both being scared, it just looked I don't know how they did it, but kudos to Marvel because they keep doing it.
Right.
I'm loving it.
Right. Gotta go after the show.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting now. I just caught. Layla tells him she's the one who changed the movie. And she's like, it's been 5 times this week. So that's 5 personalities that have shown up in this week. She could be referring to the week that they've just had, where you see Moon Knight, Mr. Knight, Steven, Mark, and Jake. They've all 5 shown up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is alluding, when you actually watch it again, the first time you're like, what the hell's going on?
You're like, what the hell?
But you do see little details. I saw the drawing of Khonshu. And I was like, oh, okay, so I get it. But then for me, I was thinking that this is him kind of coming to that point of a break, a psychotic break.
Yeah, that's what I thought for me.
And that he's trying to make sense of everything. And so then I'm sitting there thinking did he really just imagine this whole thing and that's the twist?
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way. But it makes you think for a second. And I know, based on what Emergency Awesome said, I know this is in the comic. And they said they did a really good ode to it. But if you don't read the comics, this is confusing as hell.
It really is.
This is so out there.
I'm not gonna lie, at some point when I was watching this, I was like, wow, my man really just died and went to
his own hell.
No, senior citizen hell.
Oh.
Just being in a foster home. I thought not a foster home,
psychiatric
a
ward.
senior I thought it was a senior living
That's rude as hell. Just
like
people with gray beards.
That's what I thought. Like,
You ageist.
that was the first time. But then when I see like younger patients and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, he's in the psych ward. I'm like, so he died and went to a psych. Like that was my first like thoughts like watching it. But then of course like as we keep watching more and more, it was just like, what the hell? Pretty much like this was like probably one of the most intricate like twists of like all time, because it left you not knowing what the hell was going on, like literally. Like you're following the show to a certain point, and you're like, okay, we're in Egypt, they're in the tombs, they're gonna find, you know, the sarcophagus and all that stuff, and then just literally just snapped and we got a VHS tape on the table.
Yeah.
And Ethan Hawke is now a psychiatrist, and like we're like, what the hell?
Which hella nostalgia. I'm like, oh my god, it's a VHS.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, it's a tape.
Yes.
It's just, and even him as like a psychologist, I'm like, this man, they got this man a stash. They got this man
right, the glasses.
Bravo, Marvel.
Bravo for the acting too.
I'm loving it, man. Like, cause this is they successfully got my guy Oscar Isaac to do multiple characters.
Yeah.
Not even got Ethan Hawke on it, man. Like he's a completely different character. Like he's somewhat of the same character that he is with his Arthur, but he's a completely different like.
And he kills it.
I'm like, wow, you guys, y'all got a bargain for whatever contract y'all signed. Like saying, like I need y'all to play multiple different characters in this one show.
So it's funny that you say the double thing. John agreed. He said the multiverse movie is going to change the MCU. He said the twinning thing is preparing us for two Stranges and two Wandas. You got two Stevens, two Arthurs.
Good point.
Also, at rewatching this, remember the scene in the first or second episode where he's in trouble with HR and they're like, it was after the whole museum thing where they caught him on film and they let him go. And he's like, these are good people. You'll want to go see them. And it's like a psychiatric place. Yeah. It's the same type of scene. Like you have him sitting with his boss versus him sitting with Arthur Harrow. Yeah. So it paid off. Okay. I just realized that. Catch. Great catch. Great catch. But also in this scene, you see him like, he sees, Ethan Hawke in his little sweater vest and tie. Yeah. But then he looks over in the mirror and sees his regular like Amit outfit, Yeah.
And that's what I call it. Like his Amit fit with his sandals.
His Amit fit.
Like all that, the glass
which
like,
is,
on the side.
What are the Jesus sandals?
Yeah.
That's what they look like and remind me of.
Yeah. But it's just, I'm loving how they like play reflections in the show as well too. Like, cause like anytime they show a reflection, like, cause like even like down there you can see like a reflection of his hands.
Yeah, it's like a little thing, but
yeah, it's like, did they even have to show that? No, but it's like, let us add a little extra
subconscious details. Like, the show.
Like they are killing it, man. Really killing it. like this show definitely got to win an award.
I hope so. Because, think of the writing, too, where he's like, take this pen, for example. To me, it's a writing utensil. It's useful. Yeah. To a dog, it's a chew toy. Both are right. He's not wrong.
I'm learning from this show. Right. I'm learning from dogs. Like, there's a lot and cats. Yeah. But we're learning, like, from this show, like, oh, that makes sense. Like, it makes us think, like, you know what? I learned something today. Yeah. Without even trying. And it's just brilliant, just what we've seen so far. And I didn't even realize until Emergency also pointed this out, but so the guard, I guess, whatever that is like trying to like take him back or whatever, like that was the same guard that was getting mummified. Yeah. So that was a clue, I guess, to like show us like real. To show us like where this is actually happening and like what's going on. Yeah. Because like I ain't gonna lie, for a point, I'm watching this end scene and I'm like, wait, so is this the real stuff that's been happening the whole? Like, it makes you question, like,
100%.
Do we got a new personality? Like, out of the blue? Yeah. Like, so they did a wonderful and great job at just, like, this whole scene just confusing the hell out of people. Just, and it's kind of like, you think about it, this whole dream or whatever is like both of his consciousness, like, just
coming together, yeah.
Yeah.
All like, three of them, technically.
And just seeing just, like, a lot of different stuff and, like, kind of, like, trying to, like, make it all make sense in a way.
Yeah, everything is culminating at this point, and he's trying to fight off. Well, and we don't even know if he's truly drugged. He's drugged in his own like dream or in his own episode, whatever you want to call this. Yeah. So yeah, he is drugged.
What if this what if this? What if this is his like see the light moment, like tunnel moment?
Oh.
So like, what if he decided to agree with like everything they're saying and like, yeah, take these pills, and that's when he's gone, or like this is the permanent version like he's trapped in, you know?
Interesting.
Because he just got shot.
What if Arthur
Twice.
Harrow is trying to somehow be in on all this? And
I think he does.
You think so? Like he's doing something with Amit's like powers to get into his mind or something?
I think when he judged him, I think low key he got like he went inside of like his head or
Interesting.
something. Because you notice how he always pops up wherever they are.
Yeah. He
So
just knows.
Yeah, so like I think when he like grabbed his hands and like did some, I'm thinking something happened to where he's like he's inside of him somehow.
I can see that, but to be fair, they're also chasing the same tomb.
Yeah.
This whole time, but I could see that too.
I think he's inside of his mind, honestly. I think Arthur Harrow is inside of his head and can kind of see stuff because he has powers.
Yeah.
So I think he's in his mind. I think that's how he knows all the thoughts and stuff. Just because he's like.
Oh, he does see the memories and stuff.
Yeah.
John said, "What if he's trapped in Khonshu's mind?"
That could be a great theory.
You think Khonshu is trying to make him think he's crazy? So that he can have more control over him?
Nah, I feel like Mark and Khonshu are on the same terms. It's just Khonshu and everybody else. Because even when we first learned about like Steven, Khonshu's like telling Mark like, take control. Like, get this fool.
That's
like,
true.
He's messing up the mission, you know?
That's
like
true.
that's how Khonshu is. So I don't know. Could he be in Khonshu's mind? Maybe. I won't put it past it.
Right. Anything's possible at this point.
Yeah.
Just that acting of fear where he's like, oh my God.
This was just
Yeah, they
beautiful.
do swing around, right? Like you see, there is no, oh, okay, there's a transition. So it was, he could have been hugging his brother.
Yeah, he could have been.
But it was a great transition.
But just the way they like, look at this. I'm looking right now, I'm trying to like, this is like, I don't like the amount of time they had to spend to like make this look so perfect that we can't even tell. Like, this is beautiful.
Yeah,
Really
they
beautiful,
did a
man.
great job.
They really did a great job at making us think they're like together, you know?
Yeah.
And then we see this red tomb. I'm trying to look at what's on the tomb.
It's hieroglyphs, but
Okay.
I don't see any.
Yeah, just a red tomb that's just shaking. So I'm wondering if this is Arthur inside of Mark/Steven's head and trying to get him to only see like one version of himself. And trying to like make him feel like all this other stuff that he's seen is crazy.
Well, he knows his mind is fragile, so if you can get to his mind and take that over, I mean, that's probably what he's trying to do. But that would mean Mark's not dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I am just so curious to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Like, man, if I wasn't into this show before, I am hooked.
For real. Like it's really like each episode is like really gotten better per episode, and like Marvel just continues to like just do wonderful and amazing things.
That hippo just totally threw me off.
Yeah, and she just says hi out of nowhere. Like
Hi.
we're like, what
The
the
high-ass voice.
the screams, like even when they both screamed at the end, it's two pitches and tones of screaming, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like I'm like, you guys, man, like bravo.
Keep doing amazing things.
You guys are bravo. Here's my worry.
Ooh.
We haven't seen a bad episode yet. You know, I don't think we've seen a bad episode yet. So, like, do you think if episode 5 is great and amazing, do you think if like, I just think it's really hard to stick the landing if everything is like so good, you know?
Oh, it's definitely a tough thing to do. That's why like I said, I'm even more curious to see.
And
what
plus,
they're
we
gonna
know episode 6 is the end too, so it's like, I think it's really hard to stick the landing, saying like this is it, you know, like this is how this story ends.
Maybe they leave it open, and that leads into Black Panther. That leads into Thor: Love and Thunder. It could.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that it's going to tie too much into the multiverse of madness, because that's not really dealing with gods. They're dealing with the multiverse.
Yeah.
But could it tie? Like I said, could it tie into Thor? Could it tie into Black Panther? Yes, to both.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. Like the conclusion of this is going to definitely tie into something, I think.
Something big, yeah.
because he's got to come back somewhere, and those would be two where he could.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm just trying to think. So like for a character like Moon Knight, like where do you go with him? Because you kind of established him as a character that really can't die.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I don't like.
Or he can, or can he? I mean,
if you take away his god.
Yeah. So, but we don't know that yet. We don't know if like once you're an avatar, you're permanently an avatar. I don't know. We don't know until this next episode. We'll find out because I mean, technically, we're gonna see that. We just saw it. We just don't know the outcome yet.
Yeah, like we can skip ahead and give my review for this episode. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5.
Really?
Yeah, just because like I'm waiting to just like rate it as a whole as a series, but just to give a quick. I mean, because like I honestly think we've only caught up with the show because of our boy Emergency E. Awesome E, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't think this show is really beginner friendly.
God, no.
It's not. Like, shout out to Emergency Awesome. Because this dude stay keeping us informed. Shout out to John Campy, all those guys. And I'm like, it's difficult for me because I'm always a where we at person. Like, I brought this up, you know,
really
multiple reactions. Like where we, and I'm just afraid that the show is not gonna answer that because it has to answer so many things. You know, so I love the show like just by itself, but it's like I said, it's that problem being in the MCU. You kind of gotta address where does this take place, when, and that's why I'm hoping that they do a post credit, but I won't be mad if they didn't because the show is just great by itself.
That is true.
So I'm just wondering where it all fits. That's where I'm at with it.
You think we'll get more of a glimpse of that in 5, or it's gonna have to wait until 6?
I don't know. I think 6 is when they're gonna decide to like kind of let us know everything, give us the full detail. Not even give. I don't think they're gonna answer everything, to be honest. Like, because these Marvel shows kind of have had the tendency of not giving us the full answers, which is cool.
Yeah, they kind of have to.
Depending on the series, you know.
True.
But what would you give it?
5, just because I was nerding out the
Nice.
whole time. I love this episode,
Nice.
especially when I understood the ending. Because it kind of, being that confused, I was like, oh, it just lost me. But then I understood it, and I'm like, oh, I'm right back in it again.
Yeah.
Once I understood it. But
Yeah.
that's, I mean, I'm guessing that Marvel is definitely relying on influencers and people, you know, reviewing and reacting to the show to actually explain things. Otherwise, I mean, how would you just know about that?
And here's the
whole scene?
thing, Marvel doesn't know, because if Marvel was smart, look, Marvel, if you want some of these super successful creative ideas, you want some more, I'm gonna give you a free gem right now. But if Marvel like knew, like, they easily after every episode could drop a video of what you missed in Moon Knight, you know, episode 3,
To
like
catch up.
quick like breakdown, like Easter eggs, like. But instead, like you said, they kind of rely on other YouTubers and, you know, people to break it down, you know. Like, honestly, wouldn't you want something broken down from the source versus, like, you know, it's kind of word of mouth? Like, you know, that's just me.
Honestly, they should just literally have Michael Pena. Every show,
Hire
every
that guy.
movie, he can sit there and just be like, oh, and I'd watch
Or Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like, have somebody
Anytime.
have somebody on the outside just saying, oh, like, and make it in a funny way.
Oh, 100%.
we
Everybody
know-
would watch that.
Yeah, we know Marvel is like trolling and into like they do reactions, like they see what's going on, like,
Right.
so it's like, you know, get a character to like kind of like jokingly, but seriously, keep us up to date like with what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like they can easily do like, well, I'm guessing because it's Ryan Reynolds and, you know, he's Ryan Reynolds doing Ryan Reynolds things. In every movie.
Yeah.
But
Different
love
versions.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Different variants of himself in every movie.
God, he really is. He's got that same acting style in almost
Oh
every movie.
my
Except for
God.
Amityville Horror. We need to watch that. He was
Throwback.
so different in that movie compared to
Yeah.
his funny self. Side note.
So, side Deadpool note.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think they need to like do a better job at explaining things. And we give like Doctor Strange hopefully is gonna I'm really praying and hoping that Doctor Strange like just is finally that. Shut up! Here it is. This is where we at right now. Like,
quit complaining.
And like, it took us to do the research to find out that Kang is literally above the gods, technically.
Yeah.
Like, before doing our research, we didn't know that. We didn't know where he fell into place.
We were confused about it, yeah.
Like, we didn't know he went back in time and made himself like a god and
pharaoh.
Pharaoh and
got
Egyptian
everybody to
culture.
follow him.
You know, so it's like, I think Marvel needs to do a better job at like kind of doing that. Like, yeah, we seen little Easter eggs of Kang in here, but could we actually pick it out and point it out?
No.
To me, like, how hard is it for like, if you're like the director of these shows, to be like, hey, just throw like a Kang symbol here in this scene, like just throw like, but I don't think it's easy for us to point out.
No, not on our own.
Yeah.
But you have people picking out the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
But Marvel is also a brand that has like those die-hard fans.
That you think just do the work and
They're gonna spot it and bring it to light, but I don't know that the average fan is gonna be able to. They're not on Twitter like that, or they're not watching YouTubes like that.
And that's the cool. And I'm only saying this because that's the cool thing they used to do. Like, they used to throw something at the end where Thanos had like Thanos wasn't involved in the movie at all,
but you knew he was the overarching bad.
Yeah. And like, you seen Thanos just chilling in the clouds and like sending somebody to get a stone or something. You know,
you knew something was going on.
Yeah. So like, even if Moon Knight, if they just show, if like we can just walk past some hieroglyphs and see like just a version of Kang in the hieroglyphs, or just a little, just something.
You know, kind of the way Morbius did with Spider-Man.
Yeah, and he wasn't even in there.
Yeah.
You know, Venom was in there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, his name. You know what? Speaking of Morbius, that was kind of messed up that he badmouthed Venom out of nowhere. Just like,
for no reason.
Like, that guy's gonna walk around like
Venom's horrible.
Venom is the menace. What if that guy turns into a Venom supervillain? You know, just cause. And then Tom Hardy's like, dude, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
He's like, you remember me? You're the one that did my hands like this. And he's like, bro, what the?
I've never met you.
Like, bro, did I go to another multiverse or something? Like.
So John said, Contra kind of likes Steven ever since their little bonding moment. And he said, Miss Marvel will tell us where.
Oh.
Tell us where what?
Oh, you talking about the show?
Oh.
Miss Marvel. I'm not gonna lie, my expectations for that show is
that's because you got a bad taste in your mouth for Miss Marvel.
It's kind of giving me Hawkeye vibes.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's not a good way to walk into that show.
It's kind of giving me those vibes.
Yeah.
I think the show is rated, like, I'm not against anything rated PG, but it's like, okay, all right.
Go into it with an open mind.
Yeah, open mind, open mind. But
he also said he remembers Deadpool was with Korg, and that's why I'm like, those were funny. It'd be a funny way, like you were saying, to review.
Yeah, Deadpool was with Korg. That was cool. Like, we got some kind of connection. Like, we don't even know how that happened or like when.
Why? Yeah.
But that
we were
was
there for it.
That was like, we didn't even, like, honestly, I didn't even ask those questions then. I'm like, oh shit, Deadpool and Korg together.
Right.
Okay.
You didn't even question it. You're like, that's cool.
All right.
I'm here for it.
Reacting. Cool.
Right.
I'm here with you guys. Let's react.
He also said Rockstar spotted a Kang on the guy's jacket that Mark beat up.
Really?
What episode was what Mark beat up?
Like a Kang, like one of his symbols or something? Just.
I spotted a Kang on the guy's jacket when Mark beat up. I want to see what episode that was. I want to go back to it.
See, look, Marvel, $1 million idea right here, right? We already seen He Who Remains, right? Mm-hmm. We seen like his temple and all those artifacts and all that stuff.
There were Egyptian artifacts in there too.
Yeah, like we seen all that stuff that was in his lair.
And it ties. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but it does tie back to the place where it was pruned. There was a sphinx, and then there was a pyramid. Remember?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So it's like stuff like that we've already seen. Why not just drop little stuff? Like little stuff that was in Kang's lair. Like show just extra like pieces in this show. Or just show an artifact that was in his temple here.
We might have to go back and look. Maybe there was. I mean, look at Arthur Harrow's office.
Yeah.
In his white office, his psychotic office.
Because my big thing for these shows, I was really hoping that these shows kind of did what the movies did. Like, in each show, have an ending that kind of connects to the other show in a little bit, but kind of is like, all right, setting up some random stuff that we don't know about. But right now, kind of all the shows are kind of like standalones in a way.
Right.
Like none of these shows really connect with each other, and I was kind of hoping that Marvel would kind of connect the shows a little bit more.
So John said Miss Marvel should let us know where we're at after Doctor Strange.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I'm going in that Miss Marvel with open expectations. But I'm really I was really, that's what I was really hoping for. I thought Marvel was gonna like do the show universe and like really connect it, just do it with Kang. Why not?
Right.
But
so John's the real MVP.
John's the real
Send
MVP.
that in the Discord, and so there's your Kang reference. So it does tie in.
So this was on the back of.
Thank you for that, John.
Appreciate it, John. We definitely gotta watch this video. But. And I, like you said, I guess we're going off the strength that Marvel knows people are gonna find like videos and stuff like that. But I just want Marvel to do a better job going forward. Like we got a lot of stuff coming out. Hopefully there are no more pushes, no more like schedule conflicts, none like that. Mm-hmm. But we got a lot of stuff to look forward to, and I'm just hoping that it all just really gets pieced together. That's really what I really want, and you know that's the main thing I'm over here yelling and preaching about. So. Yeah, I get an episode of a 4 out of 5. 5 for it to be a 5, like it would have had to like just knock my socks off. To me, like I learned a lot during this episode, and like to me they couldn't have even done anything better. But I'm just right now I'm waiting to judge the show just as a whole. I just want to see if Marvel has learned from their mistakes. You know, so the show on its own right now is a 5 out of 5, but. Since it's in the MCU, I gotta like
higher standard.
Yeah, I got a higher standard. Like for me, honestly, I kind of want to see some references. Like not every episode, you don't have to do it, but like, you know what? If Marvel knows how to do this,
yeah.
In Hawkeye, we seen the Avengers, the musical, in the most random scenes.
Even if it's just an ad, it didn't even have to be the actual musical. Yeah.
Exactly. We seen like an ad for the musical just in the most random places, random scene. Avengers the musical. Avengers the musical. So you cannot tell me you can't just put some random Kang references. Just show me something.
True.
That's all I'm saying.
To be fair, though, the musical was the best part of the show.
It was.
No shade, but
it was
it's accurate.
It really was. It really was.
John said he gives it a 3 out of 5. It's like you read my mind. I was gonna say, John, what do you give it? But
wow.
So, yeah, we're all over the place. I mean, I think I just loved it because
you love the mythology. You love
I'm the history aspect of it. But I also think like as an episode on its own, it was a good episode.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying about like waiting to see the rest of it. But I'm just judging it based on.
You love
like,
what you've seen.
But I love what I see because I'm a little more biased as far as the history aspect of it. But yeah. Yeah. John said, "Put some respect on Hawkeye."
No, man, I can't.
It's gotta be earned.
Look, man, they had look. Here's what we'll say about Hawkeye, man. They had moments in the series to redeem themselves, like, but they just continued to go down the path that the show was going down, and it was like, why?
I wanted it to be a good, like, I don't know, like a good, not fight necessarily. I know they had to fight, but a conversation between Yelena and Clint. It literally just felt like, wait, you love my sister? All right. Cool.
Yeah, literally, she was like,
she's been fighting him to assassinate him this whole time.
Like,
yeah.
really? Like, that's the climatic ending we get? Like, come on, retire Hawkeye. Retire Clint.
Oh, no.
You guys want to tease that he's going deaf? Make his ass go deaf and make him learn sign language for his kid. Like Hawkeye really pissed me off, man. Like, we weren't supposed to go here, this reaction, but John's asking for it. Like, don't tease little stuff and then at the end just, yep, everything's all good. Like, yep. No, stop it.
So what I hear is you want a Hawkeye too.
No.
That's what I'm hearing.
They had their chance. Like, even the Kingpin, that stuff just came out of nowhere, and it was useless.
I think that's going to carry over into Echo.
It is, but, like, are we even worried about Kingpin right now? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, they keep introducing villains and bads that we don't care about by the next show, you know?
You think they're just making shows to make shows at this point?
I don't want to say yeah, but I mean, that's why I said I would have wished Marvel, when they came out with all these shows, like, say, like, just like we did with the movies, let's kind of connect the shows and, you know, have one person. And they could have did that with Val. They could have done that. Yeah. Because she was showing up in, like, little shows, but now we're just like,
Where is she?
Show. I cannot believe Val didn't show up in Hawkeye.
Who would she have recruited though? Kingpin is not going to join the
she
Dark
had the
Avengers.
Yelena collection in Hawkeye.
Oh, you're saying she could have, like, what, did a cameo?
Give us a phone call with Yelena and Val.
Like, the mission's not done.
Give us, like, what the, like... Val would have saved that show.
That would have been a good post-credit.
That would have been a great post-credit of Val trying to get in contact with Yelena or something.
Like,
and
you failed the mission, we're coming after you now or something. Yeah.
Like, you owe us, like, you know who you were dealing with?
Yeah.
You got to pay this money back or we're coming for you. You know, because she was dealing with...
We get you out of Russia. You do the jobs we contract you to do. Like, something like that, you know?
Yeah, because, like, what's her name's mom isn't just, like, a normal lady.
Vera Farmiga?
Yeah, she's probably a millionaire, billionaire.
Well, she's the head of a security company.
Yeah, so it's like she didn't complete the mission. Like, so it's like they could have done way better.
Yeah.
But Marvel, y'all want to do a season 2 of Hawkeye, please holler at your boy. We can definitely get the story a lot better. We'll take away we can keep the Christmas vibes, you know, 'cause that's what they're going for.
Yes.
But we'll tell that season 2 a lot better. If it's Hawkeye right now, I don't want to see it.
I don't know. John makes a good point. He said every time the Avengers lost, Hawkeye wasn't there. But if he was there, they won. That's a good point. I'm just saying.
And here's the thing. Is my guy even retired right now? Like, he serves no purpose anymore.
Oh.
Like, he doesn't. We got all these characters. Do we need Hawkeye? Do we need Clint? No.
He's not the hero we need, but he's the hero we deserve.
No, Kate's the hero we deserve, obviously. Kate.
Oh, they said King.
Kate Bishop. Kate is the hero we deserve.
No, we don't deserve that.
Because Marvel wants to replace Clint, but they don't know how to do it. It's like they're doing this weird thing where it's like, okay, we want to keep you around, but...
He's got to be a mentor.
We got your replacement, but...
She can't just go into being
one...
Hawkeye.
Look, we need the multiverse to open before we get 2 different Hawkeyes and variants and stuff like that. Like, no.
But here's the thing. Hawkeye's like a great cheerleader. Remember in, I can't remember which one it was. It was Civil War with Sokovia. And Wanda was like, oh shit, oh my god. And he's like, you're either an Avenger or you're not. Like, I'm not going to be in here and babysit you, but if you go out there, you're one of us. Like, he inspired the Wanda we're about to see in Multiverse of Madness. You got to give him some credit.
You know what? Here's the only way Hawkeye can redeem himself. Here's the only way. And y'all hearing this from this source first. And nobody has said this.
It's an exclusive.
Hawkeye, and I'm talking about Clint Barton. Kate, stay your ass at home because you have nothing to do with this.
Ooh.
Hawkeye can redeem himself if he shows up in Multiverse of Madness.
For what?
Okay. I'm glad you asked me that.
Oh, yeah.
Hawkeye could be... He literally could be the person that stops Wanda from doing all this crazy stuff.
Why would she? Oh,
because he was there for her when her brother died. And...
No, her brother died because of him.
Yeah, but... I'm saying they have a connection. Like, and he was the one, like, trying to, like, tell her, like, you're an Avenger. Like, you know.
Wow.
You know, like, I know you're sad, but we got to get through this. During the Ultron movie. He was there for her.
You know what's crazy? They never really had another moment like that.
They didn't.
In the rest of the movies.
And even in Endgame at the funeral. Like, when she was, like, sad about Viz, he was sad about Black Widow. And they were, like, you know.
Bonding, yeah.
Yeah. So, Hawkeye, Clint Barton, like, if you needed to do reshoots right now, I need you to hop into Multiverse of Madness and redeem yourself. And I want to see Wanda take his ass out.
In the next 30 days. Or however.
Nah, I want to see Wanda obliterate his ass. Like I ain't gonna lie. That'll be cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Horrible.
Why? Show us how strong Wanda is. Show us that she really want these kids from the multiverse.
She'll show you. I don't, they're not gonna have Clint go out like that.
They finna show Wanda going crazy.
Yeah, but they're not gonna take out Clint. That'd be horrible.
But I mean, they don't have to take out Clint. But I'm just saying, like,
but
she's gonna take out some people. She's going crazy. Like, she looked like she on a.
She don't care.
Like, she looked like old boy. Like, showed up again. What was his name? The dude that tried to kill her. This man just drove a car into her.
Oh,
what's the agent dude?
Yeah, the agent dude that told her all about Viz.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Agent something.
Yeah, she looking like
created White Viz.
She looking like she seen this man like reincarnated and he did some shit even worse. Like really shot her kids because he tried to kill the kids. Remember? This man tried to kill the kids. So she looking like that either really happened What if Wanda goes to a multiverse where that does happen and it looked like he killed the kids and now she's like losing her shit? Like I honestly think she's gonna lose her shit because something happens to the kids.
Oh, she goes full mama bear in this whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody in that universe tries to threaten the kids, and she's like, "Oh hell no!" and does everything she needs to take them out.
Yeah.
But in doing that, you've altered a timeline.
Yeah.
You know, and it sets everything.
She don't care at this point.
And Kang's up there like, "What the hell? All right, I'm out."
Kang's like, bro. Like,
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
John said, or Captain America coming back in Multiverse of Madness. I don't know.
I can see that.
You think so? Like a version?
I can see Chris Evans. I think Chris Evans wants some time. I think Chris Evans wants some.
We all miss some Chris Evans in the MCU.
I think he wants some moments. I could definitely see him popping up. I could see Chris Evans popping up.
It is America's ass.
I could see him. I don't know if I could see him. I don't know. This is the weird stuff that I want Marvel to explain for me, right? So, all right. And anybody in the chat, if you got answers for this is what I need to explain. So, in Spider-Man No Way Home, right? Mm-hmm. We seen variants of Peter Parker, right? Mm-hmm. But obviously, they look different and they were different characters. So, this.
Oh, can Captain America be a different person?
Yeah, and that's what you're saying, like, because technically all these were Peter Parkers.
Wouldn't that be some shit if they do bring out the Tom Cruise Iron Man?
And he's Tony Stark.
Yeah. In
like,
theory,
in
that's
a different universe.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that's like screwing me over, right? Because say we do have different Doctor Stranges in different multiverses, right? And different Wandas in different multiverses. Do they look exactly the same? Or are they different actors and characters? Because we've already seen different actors and characters as Peter Parker. So how do you explain a Doctor Strange looking exactly like you, but he's in a different multiverse? That's the one thing that's kind of
Wanda's kids are the same.
Yeah. So to me, it's like, how are you explaining that these are different? Like, these are the same Peter Parkers. If we all know they're different because we watched the movies.
But I think they're slightly different things. I mean, Doctor Strange isn't the exact same Doctor Strange in all of them. He's got a third eye in one. He's a zombie in another. I can't remember what the other one is.
But he looks the same.
It's the same premise, the same quote unquote foundation.
So you're saying in the multiverse, there's probably variants that look like you exactly, and there are variants of you that are just completely different.
I think there's variants with variations.
Variants with variations. All
and,
right.
And you know what?
this is so you're saying it's a multiverse of multiverses.
We're getting into some layers here, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
but
right.
really think about it. Like I said, Doctor Strange is not the same personality in each of these variants.
Exactly.
He also looks different in them, in some of them, whether it's the dark Strange or zombie Strange. You know what I mean? And I mean, Wanda. Is there two Wandas? There's not two Wandas.
We don't know.
What if she? Oh, what if she does?
We see her visit herself.
Yeah. What if she does? Like, what if something happens in her universe? Like, what if our Wanda crosses into that universe to go get her kids, and something happens? Like, she breaks the multiverse to where those kids don't exist anymore, and she pisses off the Wanda in that universe, and that's the Wanda that comes back to kill everything and is wreaking havoc, and she's trying to fight herself. That's inner demons. Damn. Did I just spoil it?
Ooh. Man. Spoiler alert.
That'd be some good one. That'd be a good one.
Ooh. Man. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Honestly, I feel like everything we've seen, they throwing us the hell off, to be honest.
Right?
They've gotten very clever with their marketing over the years. Like, they just been one-upping us every time. So, honestly, like, I'm going into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness with an open mind. And, like, because if you notice, each trailer shows us something different.
Yeah.
Like, they got hella TV spots. My man, Emergency Awesome, is working his ass off. He's like, all right, TV spot 53. All right, so in this one,
break it
you
down.
notice this one. So in 37, we seen something like this one. But if you go back to 12, like, that's why I think they got too much footage on their hands, and they just like, yeah. They're like literally like posting like reels or just like like every day, just
right.
like
just
cause they got so much footage. So I'm taking everything that I'm seeing with a grain of salt because they're smart. If they were able to keep the Spider-Man stuff under the wraps, just the footage, yeah, some stuff got leaked, but I haven't really even seen anything get leaked from this film. So
yeah,
I'm just keeping my eyes open, you know.
Same.
Literally. So I don't know. We just gotta wait and see.
It is exciting. Before we do go, though, John did say he agrees that Clint should have learned how to sign and communicate to better understand Maya. Like, that would have been a cool thing if he already knew that, though, because he knew he was going deaf, and he just learned it with his kids, and it's kind of showed his kids, like, just in case type of thing, and then it came in handy with Maya. He did understand it a little bit in the episode, enough, but to be able to fully, like, have a conversation, I think would have been really cool.
Like, for me, don't show his earpiece getting broken, and then it get fixed in the beginning of the next episode. What the hell?
I mean, we don't know. Maybe it is that quick of a fix. I don't know.
Like, they use that whole deaf thing to, like, try to make him understand his kids better, because you know he's losing it. But it's like, it was just time and place for me. And
it did create one of my favorite scenes in that whole series, where he doesn't hear Kate.
Oh, yeah. He just tunes her out.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny. I don't mean that in the sense of, like, oh my god, she's annoying. I mean that in the sense of, like, it was just funny.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm done.
It was pretty funny. He's like, oh.
Peace for a second.
It's like, my earpiece was off, sorry.
He does think Miss Marvel will be better than Kate, as far as a character. I hope so, too.
I'm hoping for it, man. I'm really hoping for it.
And he also asked a major question. Who do y'all think will win out of Wanda or Steven? Early prediction?
Well, in WandaVision, they kind of already said that she's more powerful than Doctor Strange. She just doesn't know it. Because look at her. She was more powerful than Agatha, and she didn't even know. Like, Agatha knew how to do her shit. Wanda didn't even know how to do her shit. But once she started figuring stuff out, that's when she, like, just whooped her ass, pretty much. So, in WandaVision, they say, like, she's stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme. And the Sorcerer Supreme is Doctor Strange.
Is she stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme in this multiverse, in this MCU? What if her variant was never Wanda Maximoff? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Scarlet. Well, she's a Scarlet Witch now.
And what if a Strange variant is stronger than her?
Could be, yeah. It could. I think we're gonna see something like that. I think we're gonna see a lot. I think we're gonna see. Like, Marvel is smart. They're showing us stuff that we've already heard about, rumored, and, like, seen. So they're gonna save the real stuff. I think we're gonna see, like, just how they did with Loki. Like, when we seen, like, a frog variant. Or, like, just
alligator.
Like, we're gonna see hella fucking variants. Like, this is the year for variants with Marvel.
Variant season is upon us.
Like, variant season, the year. Like,
come on out.
They started with Loki, showing us these different variants. Now it's just variants everywhere. So
you get a variant. You got a variant.
Even Moon Knight got his own mind variant in his head. Like,
yeah, see?
Like we're going variant crazy out here in MCU.
So John made a good point. Wong is the Supreme in that universe.
Yeah, Wong is a Sorcerer.
So Strange could possibly still win. Like, what if him and Wong team up?
Yeah.
Two Wongs, they can make a white. Sorry. I'm sorry, I thought that was a straight face.
Oh, man. On that note, man, we go wrap up the stream, man. Let it go. That was a good one, too. Wow.
It's a knee slapper.
Oh my god. Yeah, definitely a knee slapper.
I'm done.
But let us know you guys' favorite moments of Moon Knight episode 4. We're gonna be back at it on our regular scheduled time for next week. And the Multiverse of Madness countdown officially begins. I think we're like 2 or 3 weeks away now. So yeah, everybody make sure you get your tickets. Don't let it be a Spider-Man and it gets sold out and you gotta, hear about it all online. Get them tickets first night it comes out so you can be here reacting and, talking all that, marvelous news with us. We gotta figure out when we're gonna react to that as well. Probably end up doing it on probably do like an out of the theater. Yeah. And then probably do like, maybe, I don't know. Cause I do want to give people time to see it without spoiling. Well, I don't know.
Even if it's just your initial reactions, because I do have a little ring light. I'll tell you more about it off camera. But yeah. Okay. John did ask why y'all downing Miss Marvel.
Go watch, John. Here's what I want you to do. Here's your homework for the week, and I want you to come back next stream, and we're gonna talk about it. Just go back and watch that trailer, man. Like, it's so funny that, like, Marvel gives us just stuff without us even asking for it, and we're not satisfied. And that literally was the Miss Marvel trailer. Like, that dropped out of nowhere, and nobody cared. Everybody's asking for Thor. Everybody's waiting for Doctor Strange.
That is true. Everybody's waiting when Miss Marvel comes out.
Like, they literally have dropped a trailer, and nobody's talking about it, and nobody cares.
Huh.
I'm just keeping it real. This is what we do here.
I do. Now that you say that, that's true.
That trailer dropped. And everybody
you got a point.
Everybody just, yeah, whatever. Thor.
That's
Where's Thor?
true.
Like, we all seen that. It was like, okay, Thor. We want Thor.
Dang.
You know, like, so I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. That trailer definitely didn't knock my socks. I mean, it was cool, but
I got bigger things on my mind.
Yeah, we got bigger
right
we got bigger fish to fry. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, we're gonna watch it. And I would love for Marvel to be more transparent about the shows. Like,
how so?
We know when the movies are coming out. Why they won't just tell us when the show's coming out? Like, give us a yearly schedule.
They must still be editing.
You think so?
Yeah. I wonder if they have to wait for like final edits in movies to make sure things tie into the shows. I don't know. There has to be some reason for it, I would think.
Yeah, it's just weird that we know like the movie slate, but we have to wait literally show after show to know when something else is coming out.
I think a show is harder to edit because it's 6 hours mostly versus a couple hours for a movie. So I don't know. It could be the editing for it, and that's the issue.
Yeah, it definitely could be. But let us know you guys' favorite moments of the show. And we will be back next week to talk Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, all the greatest Marvel MCU shows and all that good MCU Marvel content. We'll be back here to talk about it. But I'm just speaking the facts. Like, that trailer dropped, nobody's talking about it. Nobody even asked for it, I don't think. And I'm gonna leave my thoughts when you do your homework, John, and watch it. I'm gonna leave my thoughts for next week's stream. We'll definitely talk about some Miss Marvel and our expectations. But stay positive. Always try to be the best person you can be. You can be what or whoever you decide to be. Just look at me. All right. Any final comments, Miss M, from you before we get out of here?
I can't wait until next week.
Looking forward to next week.
Yeah.
Your favorite show so far? Favorite MCU show that ever came out?
It really is. Last question, actually. I want to know this.
Go ahead.
Arthur Harrow or Bad Cap?
Ooh.
Who's a better villain to you?
Oh, don't make me do this. For me so far, I think Falcon and Winter Soldier kind of showed us a better perspective of what he was going through. I'm trying to think of his name. Russell Wilson. Not Russell Wilson. he plays football.
I wanted to say Owen Wilson. Keep going.
Kurt Russell's son.
Yeah.
Was it Wyatt?
Wyatt Russell. Baby Russell.
Wyatt Russell. I think that show gave us a better look at seeing what he was going through and why he did the things he did. Mm-hmm. But I definitely love Ethan Hawke's performance in this show thus far. We're understanding why he's out for Khonshu and trying to do the things he do. But I will kind of, in order for me to put him on the level as Bad Cap, Wyatt Russell's character, I kind of want to see the things Khonshu made him do. I want to see where he was before, how he is now. Because now he's just how he is, and he's saying little things oh yeah, I wouldn't be this way if it wasn't for you, and I want to see. I just want to see what he went through, and made him to the person that he is today. So that's my quick answer. What about you? Who do you like as a villain so far?
I love the acting for Ethan Hawke. He's one of those nothing ruffles his feathers. You can't get under his skin type of villains, and it's just I'm here for it. The way he's acting, he's doing portraying him.
Yeah, really great.
Yeah,
just really good at this point. But let us know you guys' favorite villains so far in the MCU TV series. John said he likes Kang. And we seen 20 minutes of Kang. And I said the exact same thing. Give us more, Marvel. We love him. We love his portrayal of Kang.
Right.
I literally watched that episode back just to see him just kill that episode. We looked at it back. We man, this dude is killing it.
Right.
So give us more, Marvel, please. Just listen. Give us more Kang. We love him.
Give me all the Kang.
All the Kang. We need it.
He was so good in the show and just...
Great casting, once again, by Marvel. But just give us more Kang, Marvel, please. Hopefully we can see him. I don't know if we'll see him in the Multiverse of Madness or even at the end of Moon Knight. But hopefully we can get some surprise Kang out of nowhere. like actual real Kang, like not just little stuff in the sand or just little pictures. Nah, I want some full Kang, Jonathan Majors show up, like have him, like just have this fool time traveling and be like, oh, I'm lost, and just like go somewhere else, like some stuff like that. Like he's a time travel villain. Just have this man pop up and be like, oh, wrong universe, and just leave.
Yay.
Just something like that, please. I'm begging you, please, at this point, Marvel, please.
Seriously.
But I think they're gonna do it. We'll see Kang definitely really soon. Marvel, look, we trust Kevin. We don't trust Sony. You know, after what they did with Morbius. But the MCU is in good hands, so I trust Kevin. All right.
100%.
We definitely trust.
In Feige, we trust.
Yeah. John said he's the real threat. Yeah, he's the real threat, and like, that's why we want more Kang. But we'll get out of here. We'll catch you guys next week on Wednesday. We're gonna do it probably around this time, 7 p.m. California Pacific time. I think we're Pacific time, right?
Yes, PST.
One of the times. 7 p.m. Cali time. Look it up, Pacific. I think that's what it is. And we gonna catch up with y'all next week. Shout out to everybody that tuned into the stream. Shout out to John, the real MVP. Make sure all the viewers and watchers that's watching this on the playback hit that like so we can build the greatest Marvel community, talking about all the wonderful comics and all just the wonderful MCU things that Marvel brings. So we'll catch you guys next week. Peace out to my guy John. Appreciate you for pulling up, and all the viewers that showed up as well. And we're gonna be back at it next week. Y'all stay positive, and we'll catch y'all for the next Raw Real Reaction. All right. Peace out. Have a great week.